Urgent Baltimore Ravens fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Baltimore Ravens updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, Ravens fans, sit tight because today we have some pretty significant news shaking up the team's kicker situation, and let me tell you, this is not something you see every day. The Baltimore Ravens, known for their solid defense and innovative offense, have just made a move that could have long-term implications for the team's special teams unit. During the 2025 NFL Draft, which was held a few days ago, the Ravens made a surprising pick. At the 186th overall selection, they drafted Arizona kicker Tyler Loop. Yes, you heard that right. A kicker. And not just any kicker, Loop is someone who, at least on paper, could be a potential future star or, at the very least, a serious competitor for the job. Now, I know what many of you are thinking right now. Why would Baltimore, a team with one of the most reliable and iconic kickers in NFL history, suddenly go in that direction? You're probably thinking about Justin Tucker, the legend, the guy who's been the heartbeat of the Ravens kicking game for over a decade. And that's exactly where the speculation kicks in, because this move comes at a very interesting time for Tucker. The veteran kicker, who's been nothing short of a franchise icon, just wrapped up one of the most challenging seasons in his career, and that's putting it mildly. Justin Tucker, who has been the gold standard for place kickers in the NFL for years, struggled significantly in 2024. His field goal percentage dropped to just 73.3%, the lowest in his entire 13-year NFL career. That's a staggering number for a kicker of Tucker's caliber. For context, Tucker has been known for his clutch kicks, consistency, and almost supernatural accuracy, especially from long range. His career average has always hovered around 90%, so to see that dip so sharply was concerning for Ravens fans and analysts alike. And, if that wasn't enough to raise eyebrows, there were also off-the-field issues clouding the veteran's future. Recently, Justin Tucker faced serious allegations. 16 massage therapists accused him of inappropriate sexual behavior. Tucker strongly denied these accusations, but in the NFL, off-field issues can sometimes influence team decisions, especially when performance drops and questions arise about a player's long-term role. The combination of poor on-field performance and off-field controversy has made things complicated for Tucker and the Ravens. It's important to understand that in the NFL, especially in a competitive team like Baltimore, nothing is ever static. The Ravens are known for their meticulous approach to roster building, and special teams are no exception. The decision to draft Tyler Loop signals that Baltimore might be preparing for a future without Tucker, or at least, building some healthy competition. This isn't unprecedented. Teams often draft or sign young players to push established veterans, aiming to keep everyone sharp and motivated. And let's talk a little more about Tyler Loop, because he's not just a random pick. At Arizona, Loop showed real promise. Last season, he made 18 of 23 field goal attempts, which is a solid 78% accuracy, above the NFL average, and connected on 23 of 25 extra point tries. Not bad at all for a college kicker transitioning to the pros. Over his college career, Loop maintained an impressive 83.8% field goal percentage, and his extra point accuracy was near perfect at 98.4%. These numbers suggest he has the potential to develop into a reliable NFL kicker, especially if he gets the right coaching and experience. Now, why did the Ravens choose to take a kicker so late in the draft? Well, you have to understand the strategic aspect. Teams always want to stay ahead of the curve, especially at positions as crucial as kicker. With the NFL becoming more competitive and with games often decided by a single field goal, having a reliable kicker can be the difference between a win and a loss. Baltimore, seeing Tucker's recent struggles and the off-field cloud hanging over him, decided that it was wise to hedge their bets. Bringing in a young talent like Loop provides a safety net, or even a potential replacement if things don't improve with Tucker. It's worth noting that other teams were already starting to pick up kickers late in the draft. The market for kickers isn't as saturated as other positions, but it's still a critical component of team building. Baltimore's move to select Loop was a calculated one, late in the draft, but with high upside. This isn't just about replacing Tucker, it's about creating healthy competition and ensuring the stability of the team's special teams unit moving forward. And let's face it, for a team like Baltimore, which prides itself on discipline, resilience, and tactical execution, having the right kicker, whether it's Tucker or someone new, is vital. The kicker's role is often underappreciated until it's too late. We've seen games decided by last-second field goals, and having a dependable specialist is part of what makes the Ravens a dangerous team. So, even with Tucker's recent struggles, it's not necessarily the end of the line for him, but the drafting of Loop signals that the team is preparing for all scenarios. Looking at the bigger picture, this move also reflects the Ravens' broader strategy of building a team that's competitive not just on offense and defense but also in the special teams phase. The franchise has always been known for smart roster decisions, and this is just another example. The Ravens have a history of developing undrafted players and late-round picks into reliable contributors, and Loop could very well be the next in line. Now, of course, the future remains uncertain. Will Tucker bounce back and reclaim his status as one of the top kickers in the league? Or will the Ravens decide to move on if Loop shows promise during training camp and preseason? It's all part of the story that's unfolding right now, and as Ravens fans, we have to stay tuned because this could be a pivotal moment for the franchise's special teams. The offseason is always a time of transition, and sometimes, tough decisions are needed to get the team to the next level. The Ravens, with their rich history of resilience and smart roster management, seem to be taking a pragmatic approach. They're balancing respect for Tucker's legacy with the need to secure their future. This draft pick might not be the headline everyone expected, but it's a strategic move that could pay dividends down the line, especially if Loop develops into the reliable kicker the Ravens need. And let's not forget the context of the current AFC landscape. The division is getting tougher every year, with teams like the Bengals, Bills, and Dolphins all boasting explosive offenses and solid special teams units. For Baltimore, having a dependable kicker could be the finishing touch needed to push them over the top and make a deep playoff run. Every point counts, and in close games, a clutch kicker can be the difference maker. So, this move isn't just about the present, it's about setting the team up for sustained success, with a clear plan to keep competing at the highest level. In the end, what we're witnessing is a franchise that's not afraid to adapt, to make tough choices, and to look ahead. Whether Tucker remains the Ravens' kicker or not, the team is clearly thinking about the future. Tyler Loop might just be the next chapter in Baltimore's story of resilience and innovation. As fans, we should be excited about the potential, stay supportive, and keep a close eye on how this unfolds in training camp and preseason. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this one might just be the start of a new era for the Ravens' special teams. So, Ravens fans, what do you think about this move? Do you believe Loop has what it takes to succeed at the NFL level? Or do you think Justin Tucker still has some gas left in the tank? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the future of the Ravens. And remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, insider info, and analysis on everything happening around Baltimore. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, go Ravens!